Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the new NV unit over at FFBE JP, NV Nicole or Sea King Nicole. So we're going to talk about him, talk about his base form, brazier form, and his unique abilities. Alright, let's go. Alright, so Sea King Nicole's Trust Master Ward, it's materia that has a passive for increasing confuse resistance by 100%, water resistance by 30, and LB gauge fill rate by 100%. So it's kind of like a mediocre TMR, but the LB gauge fill rate 100% could be good for LB fill rate strategies, especially for dark visions. It's also going to be useful for proccing his Trust passive ability, which is shared between his two forms. It increases Evo Mag 200%, pretty nice. And then increase Leviathan's bonus stats by 200%. Also has equipment magic 100% when single wielding any weapon. Alright, so his Super Trust Master Reward is Clothes. It gives 42 defense and 64 spirit, element resist of 50% water, and then increase physical magic damage against beast and aquatics 50 and 50 respectively. So he has a really great SMR. Beast and Aquan Killer are rare, so that's definitely a plus. There's kind of limited equipment that has Beast and or Aquan Killer. But I kind of wish that it had flat mag instead of spirit, since he can do evoke damage in his brazier form. So he can do some magic damage in his brazier form. Water evoke damage 64 to one enemy. Recover MP 150 to all allies. Increase evocation gauge 3, and then bolting strike chain. So he can triple cast this. So really good killers on the SMR, but spirit can't. He can't really benefit from the spirit, but he does benefit from flat mag. So I kind of wish the spirit there was mag, or the defense was mag. But otherwise, really good SMR for killers. Alright, so his vision card is this one. It has a base mag of 40 and base spirit 40. Also has HP 400. At level 10, it gives 800, 80, and 80 mag spirit. At level 4, it increases MP by 20, also at level 7. And at level 10, increases fire, ice, lightning, and water resistance 20%. So if you compare this to Delicate Lotus by Shuyu's vision card, it's slightly better. Shuyu's gave 75 for mag and 75 for spirit, and has magic passives, but this one has MP passives. So in JP, the magic holy, or the ability holy, now scales off of MP. So this could be useful for those units who want to use the holy ability for dealing damage. I think this is a really good vision card for increasing MP. Alright, otherwise, it's not going to be great for dedicated magic damage dealers, because it only gives a flat mag of 80. And it could be useful on Shuyu, since it gives a higher flat base spirit and higher flat base magic. Or for spirit based magic damage dealers with just a mage form in either base form or brazier form. This video is sponsored by Amazon Coins. Get 10,000 Amazon Coins for $80 instead of $100. That's a savings of 20%. You can use the Amazon Coins to buy Lapis for FFBE. I placed a link in the description below. Check it out after you watch the video. Alright, so we're going to talk about his base form. He only has 2 active abilities in base form. He can AoE imbue water, also boost water damage, and buff 100% fire, lightning, and water resistance. So his first ability is his triple cast. Second ability is his water imbue. The amplification percentage is 30% for both physical and magic. And the resistance buff lasts for 4 turns, all allies. He also has this Physical damage 1.8 with critical hit to one enemy. Remove all status effects from one enemy. So it's kind of like finger snap or something. So those are his only abilities and base form. Alright, so his LB at max level it costs 60 LB. At level 1 it costs 19.9. So only the cost differs. So it removes all buffs from enemies, increase all stats by 300% for 4 turns or allies. It also increases LB damage 200% for 4 turns or allies. That can't be dispelled, and also removes all debuffs from allies. So perfect perfect dispel for all the enemies, and also perfectly dispels all the debuffs from allies and leaves the buffs intact. So it's an awesome LB. Really good for that kill turn when you want to, or before the kill turn. Wanna clear all the buffs from the enemies and all the debuffs from your allies. And then the all stat buff and LB damage is lower than NV Aerith over at JP. NV Aerith can buff 400% all stats and LB damage 250 if I remember correctly. So that's his LB in base form. Alright, next is we're going to talk about his spiritual form. He gains 3 additional abilities in his spiritual form. The first ability is a water evoke damage 64, so we're already touched on that one. Second ability boosts attack and mag by 280 for 4 turns to our allies. Also increases physical and magical damage against beast and aquatics 100% for 4 turns to our allies. Increase evocation gauge 4. So talking about this ability, we already have a unit that grants AoE Beast Killer at 150%. That is NV Rain, but I haven't seen him in recently in a lot of Dark Vision clears. It doesn't provide that much damage anymore. But AoE Aquatic Killer is, I think Nicole will be the first one to have that one. So he's going to be useful for AoE Aquatic Killer. And then last is on a turn cooldown, available on turn 1. It cures attack and mag break to all allies, increase attack and mag by 300%. Also increases LB gauge 30 to all allies, so that's part there is important. Recovers MP 1000 to all allies, and it also enables skill for 1 use to all allies except caster. Water evoke damage 10 to all enemies. Flood chaining, so he can grant flood skills to all the party members so they can maybe support chain. Alright, so he can deal damage in base brazier form with bolting track chains. He can AoE imbue beast and aquatic killer, and he can also fill LB gauge 30 to all allies. That's going to be useful. Alright, so his LB and brazier form also increases all stats by 300%. And increases water, physical, and magic damage by 40%. So that's pretty good LB there. He also increases LB damage to 50 for 4 turns to our allies. So at par with NV Aerith. Alright. So really good brazier form LB. Alright, so his passives in brazier form. Let's see. So attack, defense, mag, spirit, HP, and MP by 60. His Evo mag passives. I'm sorry. The Evo mag 100 is not a trust passive. Only the 200, I think. And then increase mag 140 when equipped with the rod, and then a further increase in mag 50 unconditional. Equipment mag or mag TDH. When single wielding a weapon, 100%. It's a trust passive. Leviathan's bonus stats by 200%. Evoke damage by 100%. So you're gonna just need 200 evoke damage. LB gauge 3 per turn. MP refresh 7 per turn, and autocast that thing at the start of the battle. And when he summons Leviathan, 25% water imperil area effect. So he can this thing stacks with the other Esper area effects like Paris's physical damage for water area effect. And then upgrade normal attack to that thing. So let me just go back to his base form passives. Alright, so here are his base form passives. It's the same for his from his Brave Shift passives. The auto cast at the start of the battle is 200% all stat buff, LB damage 100%, fire resistance 100% for 4 turns to all allies, and increase Evo gauge by 7 at the start of the battle. And his auto attack will deal water magic damage 16 to all enemies, increase LB gauge 2 to all allies, also grants chance to counter physical attacks taken by allies except caster, 100% with physical damage, 1 with mag scaling for 1 turn to all allies. So it's kind of strange counter ability there. Not sure what that's going to be useful for, but those are his passives. So interesting auto cast there, and also an interesting auto attack. Alright, so here is Sea King Nicole in a nutshell. So he basically is water NV Bards. So he can imbue water to our allies, buff water damage by 40%, Bards can amp up to 45% wind damage. He also buffs LB damage by 250. So pretty good. Apply a 25% water imperil area effect on the enemy field. So this stacks with other fields like Pharis's. You can have 25 water imperil and also 25 physical water amplification area effect. Number 5, buff stats by 300%. And then number 6, buff Aquan and Beast Killer to all allies. AoE Beast Killer is also available via Envy Rain, but AoE Aquan Killer is unique to him. Lastly, he can buff 100% fire, lightning, and water resist. So that's going to be useful for dark visions also. So you won't have to gear your units if the boss attacks with fire, lightning, or water. Alright, so that's Sea King Nicole. He's actually going to be enabling a lot of water unit compositions. He's going to be an obvious pickup if you want to run a water team instead of a wind team. Kind of like the clears are dominated by Envy Faris and Barts, but Envy Nicole will enable another type of team, like a water team based on Lunafreya, Faris, other water damage healers. Alright, so let me know, guys, what you think of Sea King Nicole. If you're gonna save your Lapis for him. He's not actually a damage healer, but he's a good support unit that is based on water. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.